My name's Plumridge. I'm an osteopath and a yoga teacher. And I'm quite often asked by patients for exercises to sort of mobilise them. And it has been my observation, especially with elderly patients, that the patients who do some regular exercise are just so much better. So I want to show you just a little 10-minute mobilisation of most of the joints in your body that will just, if you do it every day, will just help keep your joints healthy and mobile, and shouldn't cause you any problems. What I would say is, if you don't feel like exercising, then don't. Never push yourself. Never just push that little bit farther, because that's how you injure yourself. Equally, work up to your limit. Do as much as you feel that you can do. And some days it'll be more, and some days it'll be less. And don't worry too much about whether what happened yesterday. Just do what feels right for today. And if you follow your body, because your body will always tell you what's right, you won't go very far wrong. Now, if sitting on the floor is a bit of an issue for you, you can do all these exercises sitting in a chair. But I'm going to just demonstrate it sitting on the floor. But you will notice that I'm sitting on a wedge. If you find sitting on the floor that you can't keep a little inward curve in your low back, well then you need to sit on something. I've got a little wedge here, but a rolled up blanket or a towel will be absolutely fine. So we're going to start off with just getting our feet moving. So we're just going to mobilise the ankles. So just turn them round and round, just as long as it feels comfortable. So again, any pain or soreness, either slow down or stop, and then go back the other way. This whole routine will take you less than 10 minutes, but it'll be a really good, if you do it every day, it will really help keep your joints working well. And then when you've mobilised your ankles, we're going to move on to the knees. So if your hips are a bit uncomfortable, support the thigh and bring the knee up, and just straighten and bend the knee quite gently. Now, you won't be able to hear this, but I can hear my knee making a little creaking noise. It sounds like I've got sand in there. Don't worry about that. I mean, for me, this isn't painful. If it is painful, stop. But don't worry too much about the clicks and pops. If you don't need to support the thigh, just bring your hands by the sides and just do it without the supporting hands, which also is a good workout for your quads muscles here. And then do the same thing on the opposite side. So you can either support the thigh and just bend and straighten the knee. You might even be able to hear this knee, it's noisier than the other one. Or just support, put your hands to support and do that. And now we're just going to gently mobilise the hips. Now you might find that your knees are down on the floor. Mine are a bit higher up. You can put your hands by your sides and just gently, like a butterfly's wings, just open and close, bring the knees sort of together and farther apart. Have your feet, soles pressed together. I mean, if they don't go completely, it doesn't matter. But you just get a nice stretch through the inner part of the thigh there. And again, you're working those thigh muscles, which is quite good for them. Again, any pain or uncomfortableness will then just stop. And just do as many of those as it feels comfortable. And then bring the legs out straight again. We'll twist, we'll go into a twist. So bend the right knee up and grab the knee with your left hand. Take the right arm behind you. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale and turn. Now don't force yourself round. And then inhale and come back. And then exhale and turn. And inhale and come back. And do this 3 or 4 times. Inhale to prepare, exhale to turn, and inhale to come back. Don't go too fast, because you don't want to make yourself giddy. And equally, I mean, you can use the hand to just pull yourself round, but don't force it. Don't push beyond what's comfortable, and then come back. And then drop that knee down and bring the left knee up. Bring your right hand to the left knee, take the left arm back behind you. Take a nice deep inhale to start, and then exhale and twist. Inhale to come back, and exhale to twist. And imagine that when you when you twist, that you're squashing all the air out of your lungs. So you inhale it all in, and then you exhale it all back out again. And that was a nice mobilisation for the middle part of your back. You can then straighten the legs out and bring your hands behind you and just gently arch the back and look up. And then on the exhale, just round the back and look down. And arch the back and look up and round the back and look down. Don't take your neck back too far, just in case it makes you feel a bit giddy. And just again, take it nice and slowly. Exhale to round. Inhale to look up and exhale to round. And then we'll have a look at the arms. So if you bring your arms together, try and keep your elbows together, and then just turn your wrists. Just try and keep it as soft and as loose as possible. Again, you may well get clicks and pops. If you try and keep the backs of the wrists together, it makes it all a bit easier. And then unclasp your hands and clasp your fingers in the other way around, which is going to feel really odd. And then take the wrist in the other direction. And again, don't worry about any clicks or pops and things. And then we're going to just mobilise the elbows by just flexing and straightening, flexing and straightening. And a few of those. And then bring the arms out to the sides and come that way, and then just take them sideways that way. Again, you're just working all the muscles around the shoulders. That will just helps open your shoulders a little bit and keep your elbows working. And I think it's good for your muscle tone in your arms. And then drop the arms down. You may just want to do a few little rolls of the shoulders. Again, you almost certainly will hear clicks and things here because your shoulder blades are surrounded in muscle, and if the muscle's a bit tight, as you move your shoulder blades round, you'll get little clicks and pops. Now, I'm not a huge fan of neck exercises because if you take your head back too far, it can pinch your neck and it can also make you a bit dizzy. But just dropping the head down and looking to one side and then forwards and to the other side is a safer way of just giving the neck a little bit of a mobilise. But if you don't like that, or if it doesn't feel very comfortable, well then don't do that. And then come up to finish. And what we'll just do finally is we'll do a few little exercises on our hands and knees. Now this is again, if you're in a real hurry in the morning, you haven't got too much time, doing cat stretches is a really nice way to just wake you back up in the morning or get it stretched out if you've had a hard day at work. On the hands and knees, your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. Have your toes tucked under because it makes you a bit more stable, and just lightly hug the legs together. And then as you inhale, you drop down and arch the back and look up. And as you exhale, you stretch the back up, just like the cat stretching. And then you inhale and look up. And you exhale and roll down. And again, it goes slow or as fast as you like with this. And it's just a really nice way just to gently mobilise your back and get it working and perhaps ready for the day or ready to go to sleep. You might also find, a bit like a dog wagging its tail, if you wag your pelvis around, that can just help mobilise things, or even just rotating and rolling about a little bit. It just gently sort of frees you back up, and it all feels sort of quite comfortable. So again, similar kind of thing to that. You can lie on your back with the feet about hip width apart, and a lot of people have trouble with this. I've tried to show people and it's difficult. What you're trying to do is flatten your back onto the floor, so you just roll the pelvis back and let it go again, and roll the pelvis back and let it go again. And it's a really nice exercise to just stretch out your low back a little bit without getting your hips and knees involved. It's really comfortable, and you can just get into the flow of it, and it's quite relaxing, and it just makes your back feel quite nice. And if you've got hips that are slightly sore, it saves having to get them involved in what's going on. So there we go. And then if you're coming up off the floor, then roll onto your right hand side. Just pause for a minute so that you don't sort of get a head rush, and come up slowly and come back to sit. And finally, just to sort of mobilise your back and chest, I'm doing a few shoulder rolls. I tend to go backwards generally with these because it feels more comfortable. The tendency is that the muscles at the front here tend to be short, so it just helps open and stretch those pectorals out. Also, it just helps lift the upper ribs a little bit, and they get a little bit tight, especially if you've had a cold or a cough. And if you feel like you want a little bit more, then swing the whole arm round and make it a nice big circle, and you can follow your hand if you want to, or if that makes you feel a bit giddy, then don't. And just swing the arm around. Again, don't worry about clicks and pops because they will probably ease as you carry on doing it. And then do the same thing the other side. Describe as big a circle as you can, and that will help keep your shoulders free and mobilised. And it's nice, and you feel really good. And if you really want to go for it, then do both hands together. If you are a bit tight, you'll find that you're a bit more limited with how far you can go. You'll probably see that I don't go as far doing it now as I did with one hand. But it just opens you up and gets more oxygen in your lungs, and just generally makes you feel good. These are all the exercises that just help mobilise all the joints in your limbs and in your back. And if you do them every day, 5 to 10 minutes is all that you need. It'll just keep your joint health really good and keep you out there and happy and mobile for as long as possible. Thank you for watching.